All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get started. It is 2 minutes after. I like to give people a little bit of time, but I like to welcome everyone that made it here this evening. I know there's Monday Night Football, there's a lot going on, but we are here to share something very valuable. And this is my sister's virtual travel party. So, Stephanie, I'm going to pass it to you, kind of open the call up, kind of set the stage on, why you decided to get involved and what it means to you. So, Stephanie, go ahead, take it away.
Okay. Well, first, I'd like to welcome everybody for hopping on. I thank you for your time and joining my virtual reality. I keep saying virtual reality, virtual travel party. Last year, my brother Gary introduced me to this incredible travel opportunity. And kind of at that time, I didn't realize how much it would mean to me. But this year, I decided to take a serious look. And doing that, I'm glad that I did. And really, after being laid off again, I kind of reached the point where I said, enough already. I wanted to take control and continue to do the things I like to do. And I'm sure we all can relate to that. I've always loved helping people and just sharing with them what I know, whether it's cake decorating, creating custom cakes, serving clients as a realtor, or just creating handcrafted soaps. I wanted something that I can kind of add to what I'm doing and support my future retirement goals. This opportunity is helping me do that. But most of all, having fun, because I like to act silly sometimes, but I really like to have fun. But the amazing thing about this community that we built, it's so awesome that we've learned together, we support one another, we have fun sharing our travel stories, personal adventures, and it's become more than just a community. I feel it's become a family. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this awesome opportunity and the information presented by my brother. Take it away, Gary.
All right, Steph. Well, you know what's more exciting about what we're doing tonight? This is bringing communities and families together. Now, my sister, you can kind of take your friends and family for not granted, but you think you're going to be here forever, right? I'm 62 years old now, and since my sister's been involved in this business, we talk almost every single day. We're excited about being able to futurely travel together. We took a trip for the first time on an airplane. I can't remember the last time we've been on an airplane together to see my father
Mhm.
last year, but it brings families together because, we have something positive, exciting to do. And I know a lot of times everyone doesn't get the full value of what we have to offer. But at the end of the day, this has brought us closer. I mean, we would talk occasionally, but we're talking every day. We're dreaming. And our mother passed away a couple of years ago. And, so thankful that we had all this time with her. My mother was 92 years old, and I know she's just smiling, saying, "Look at my brother and sister working together, building a dream, and having fun and helping people." So this is more than travel; it's more than a business. But that was just on my heart, and it costs your investment to do what we're talking about, so you can relax and realize there's no huge upsell at the end. For the cost of a cup of coffee a day, you could either run this business to create income or you can just be a travel partner because the audience is verse, is various people that look at this opportunity. This couple here, they're just out traveling. This is for the travelers. Then there's some that like me, I want to make some money. When I got laid off in was it 2023, I said, I'm not going back. I've been in telecom for 35 years. Like my sister, I want to do something for me. I want to put all my energy in something for myself. And then we got the hybrid, which is now me because I didn't come here for travel. I came here for the business. But now we have the people like, hey, I want to be able to travel, also do my business while I'm traveling. So we're here to share that we have an opportunity that will cross all boundaries. So we kind of put together this presentation for realtors. I know we have other guests here, but I want to show this one. My sister invited a bunch of realtors here, and I want to show this short video of this realtor kind of explaining why she looked at Trevorium as a possible solution for her. And this person is making a six-figure income. So imagine if you're a travel agent or anyone for that matter. I mean, not travel agent, but a realtor, anyone for that matter, you're adding an extra six figures to what you're already doing. So just imagine if you're not a realtor, you got a 9 to 5,
Okay.
imagine
I'm
making
just
more
very
money.
like
So here's
excited
a
after
short video
Denny's.
of this
Me
lady
too
right
was
here.
like
She's
so excited.
excited because she's
Trevorium
making six
gives
figures.
you financial freedom, and that's what caught my eye. The passive income, time, leverage, resilience, extra income. In real estate, let's face it, we have large commission checks, but it's still me working 24/7, delivering the checks, talking to mortgage brokers, being a psychologist, and of course, answering phone calls 24/7. So I'm tied up to a place. And with Trevorium, I realized I have this whole lot of freedom to travel the world and being literally anywhere in the world and make money sipping on a margarita somewhere on the beach.
That's what I'm talking about. My son's an inspiring soccer player. He wants to go pro. I want to be able to take him to Barcelona next year and be able to have him go to one of those camps, and I can still run my business right there while he's doing that event. So let's kind of dovetail back to Stephanie's story. Steph, you want to kind of narrate what happened here? This is one of your trips you took to Monterey, but I'll let you go ahead and kind of explain what you paid for, why you were there, and then we'll move on with the presentation.
Okay, I went to a wedding in June. Best friend of mine's daughter got married. And just checking the prices, I was able to save, I think we saved about $300 to $350 on our booking. We went there for 3 nights. And the interesting thing is using our back office, I had checked, say, like on a Monday, and the price was where it was. And then I had checked like 2 days later and saw this great savings. So I was able to just snatch it, book the hotel, and saved, like I said, about $350, which was awesome. And I'm sure you're probably, and a great weekend as well.
Let's talk about your cruise trip, Stephanie.
Well, the cruise went, I think, around my birthday, and that was in August. And so, what we also have part of this Trevorium company is we have our concierge who books cruises for us. You can go in and kind of select the cruise line that you'd like, but then it goes to another party who sets the reservation for you. So she was able to work with us, and we were able to save, I think, another $350 on our cruise. Able to get a balcony and had all the bells and whistles, so that saved a lot. And that was just a quick trip down to the Mexican Riviera, and that was in August. So it was a great savings, and we had a lot of fun.
Well, see, what I love about this is everybody's smiling in these pictures. They're having a good time. There's joy. They're having fun. They're not stressed out. And Stephanie, because you're doing this as a business, you get to write this off, right? On your
Correct.
taxes. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So cruise trip. So I know eventually we're going to be taking a trip together as a family. So it's great. And I understand you can actually book more than one cabin. I just found out with people, you at our great price. So that's a great benefit too. So if you got some family members, introduce them to Trevorium.
And I'll
So,
add one thing, Gary. I don't think
uh-huh.
Gail's on here, but she booked a cruise to Alaska next year. And I think she said she saved $1,000 and found out that she could book 3 or 4 more rooms.
Mm,
And that was just something new to her. So that was a bigger savings than what I have, but it's a longer time frame too. I think
hmm
maybe 7 days. But
hmm
anyway, if she's on, maybe she can reiterate what I just said. Go ahead.
Okay, great. Well, right now I'm gonna play this really short video. I hope you guys can hear it okay. But I'll ask right now the audience right now, if you could put in the chat, how do you book travel today? If you could put a one in the chat, now I know people that are in Trevorium, you don't book this way anymore, but if you are not in Trevorium, put a one in the chat if you use Travelocity, Booking.com, or just one of those places. Just help me out. Just, I'm not going to call your name or anything. Just put a one in the chat. I want to see if you guys are going to participate with me. One in the chat if you book that way. A two in the chat if you use a travel agent, travel advisor. And then three in the chat if you were like me, I couldn't afford to travel to 4 and 5 star resorts. But I just did the staycations. So Wow, look at all the people in the chat. No one put anything in the chat. Boy, you guys making it hard for me tonight. No one put anything in the chat. Oh, I got one. Oh, I got
There's a
two.
couple.
I got two. Well, we're gonna have some fun, you guys, but I'm gonna play this short video. It says a lot, pretty much the whole presentation in about 2 minutes. Then you're probably saying, well, why we just don't watch that? But here we go.
Most people don't know this,
Can you guys hear it
but right
okay?
now, every time you go
Yes.
online to book travel, whether it's Expedia, Priceline, Hotels.com, Trivago, Kayak, or Booking.com, you're not actually price shopping. It feels like you are, but 95% of everything you see online is owned by just two companies, Expedia Group and Booking Holdings. That means the prices you see are all within a tiny range of each other, usually just a couple dollars apart. It gives you the illusion of choice while keeping you locked into retail pricing. The problem is people are overpaying hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars every year on hotels, resorts, travel ball tournaments, cruises, business trips, quick getaways, etc. Not because they're doing anything wrong, but because the system is built that way. Travel is a $10 trillion industry, and the big platforms are designed to keep it that way, stacked in their favor, not yours. We believe travel should not be a luxury reserved for a few. We believe families, couples, business travelers, and even travel ball parents should be able to travel without emptying their savings account. And that belief is exactly why we exist. For 13 years, we've been helping people in over 80 countries access true wholesale travel, the same back-end inventory that the major brands use before they mark it up for the public. We're not a travel agency, not a timeshare, and not another search engine. We are a private membership travel club, and members get wholesale pricing 24 hours a day on hotels, 4- and 5-star resorts, cruises, car rentals, activities, and more. We routinely see 5-star resorts at the price most people pay for a 2-star motel off the highway. Our members travel more often, stay in better places, and pay far less because once you see wholesale pricing, you can't unsee it. If you're ready to finally beat the system instead of feeding it, text 15 minutes. Most people don't know.
All right. You will not be able to unsee what you're getting ready to see now. I'm going to introduce you to Trevorium. This is truly a better life company. Now, when I first saw it, I thought, yeah, great company slogan, but it is, as I shared with you, we are beyond just traveling. We are a joyful company. And that's what I was sharing with someone the other day. I said, it's not just fun, it's joy. Like I was sharing with you at the beginning, my sister and I, we talk all the time now. We may have used to, maybe speak once a month or something. Now we're always talking. We're together. We're sharing a dream. And I'm so excited to share what I'm going to share with you now about this opportunity. One of the key things to look at here, we've been around 13 years. This is not something that just came up and you got to get started right away. And we actually have a physical location. We're located in Temecula, California, Madrid, Spain, and Almaty, Pakistan. Now, this is the founder, David and Adela Hart. Great people, very generous, as you'll see from a not only a travel perspective, but if you're here from an entrepreneur standpoint, oh man, it will blow you away the income that is available here. Now, the travel industry, according to Bloomberg, is a $10 trillion industry, 15 trillion projected by 2033. And if you're here looking at a business, it's the business of dream. Why? Because I don't have to explain travel to you. If I can just show you a comparison, this cost versus that cost, if you can't get that, well, it's not a whole lot I can do for you. But sometimes because something's new, a lot of people are skeptical. When Bitcoin came out, people were skeptical. I was skeptical. I was actually in an opportunity that involved Bitcoin, and my friend just gave me 300 in Bitcoin. I didn't know what it was. I was afraid. I didn't understand. It just sounded too far fetched. Well, he made $10 million. So I missed out on that train and I was right there with them. So just because you may not understand everything tonight, what I did is I simply looked at, does it make sense financially? Now, from a service perspective, we can cover every travel need that you have. At this time, I would like to bring my friend on, Krista. She's actually a travel advisor. I'm so thankful she came on tonight. We've been involved in other businesses in the past, but I shared this with her, and I'm going to let her tell her story as we kind of move through, and we'll wrap it. We won't have you long. but I thought it was so valuable to have someone with her background. Krista, if you could unmute there, with her background and what she saw, she actually saw this presentation and said, Gary, send me the link. And I thought for the website. And she said, no, I'm ready to get started. So, Krista, go ahead and just give us a couple minutes on what you saw, why you got started, and maybe tell that themes park example with with the savings there. So take it away. I appreciate you coming on, Krista. Really do.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me. Um, yeah, I've been a travel advisor for about 5 years, and I had decided I wanted to start a business for retirement, and I wanted to be in the travel industry, and everything happens for a reason. But looking back, I wish Travorium would have showed its face to me 5 years ago versus when it did. But everything happens when it's supposed to. So I'm just grateful that Gary thought of me and did reach out, even though he knew I already had a travel business. Looking at this company, I joined for three specific reasons. The first one was the rates. I mean, hands down, the best rates I've ever seen. Oh my goodness. Okay,
No, you're fine. We see you, hear you.
okay, my laptop, my iPad is dying, so I'm gonna make this quick and then I'll
Okay.
jump on. But the rates, and honestly, they were too good to be true. So I was a little nervous myself, but I wanted to see it from the inside. So I got involved so I could see how it works from the inside out. So rates number one. Second reason I joined was because being a travel agent, quoting, researching, putting together pretty little itineraries, requoting, booking, managing the booking, handling issues. It's exhausting. It takes a lot of work for very little income. And so looking at this where I could save so much time and ultimately get clients what they want, the best rates, made sense. And then third, the overhead. So yes, I pay a membership fee, or everybody had there as a membership fee. But if you don't want to pay that fee, we have a way to get that taken care of. But as a travel agent, I have overhead with insurance, CRMs, itinerary builders, hosting fees. Like there is an overhead that I have every month that is way more. And so those are the three main reasons I got involved: rates, time, and money, both income and covering expenses. It just made so much sense. And like Gary was saying, my first trip, I already had a trip booked. I had a weekend trip to Knott's Berry Farm in California. And I already had a group rate for the hotel. And I had a travel agent rate for my car. And I thought, well, what the heck? I'm just going to see what it would cost me through Travorium. I already have some really good rates. I thought they were fantastic. You guys, I went through Travorium for both my hotel and my car. I immediately canceled my group booking and my travel agent car because Travorium helped me save 50% of what
Yep.
the deal I was already getting. I was already getting great rates, but Travorium saved me 50% on a little weekend trip. Doesn't sound like a lot, but that made me a believer right there, just hands down. So, yeah, I just wish I would have found this 5 years ago versus a couple years ago or
Well, I'm
last
glad
year.
you're here now. I'm
But
glad you're here now.
yeah, so it is all about timing. But I tell you guys, this is the time. So get that link.
All right. Thanks, Krista. Yeah, we have all your travel needs, activities. You have your own, basically your own concierge service. You don't have to go sit down in the hotel lobby and have them upsell you on everything. You can already set your own itinerary up. If you're going to Africa, you can always set up those excursions or whatever. Entertainment. I know a lot of people go to concerts. They go to sporting events. We have that right here. You're going to save money on it. And again, if you're doing the business, all this is a tax write-off. So we even have 100%, 110% guarantee on our hotel savings. So you don't have to go shop around. Even our website, when you book, you hit comparison number, it'll show what Travelocity and all those are costing. See, We don't have any markup in fees. That's why we can guarantee you the lowest price on hotels. But hotels is not our flagship. I'm going to show you these world tours in just a minute. But Travorium, here are some of the benefits. Travel membership, the platinum membership is the one we always talk about because it has the most benefits. You're going to travel 2 to 3 vacations a year. And people say, well, I may already do that, but you're not saving thousands of dollars doing it and you're not writing it off. However, to do this, we pay a small monthly fee to earn these travel points. And then you'll be able to book at lower than travel agent rates. You just heard from a travel advisor. She canceled her own booking. And it's a business opportunity that's totally optional. But what I share with people today with AI, it's changing this landscape on how we make money. And you can be on one side or the other. We all are going to have to transition, right? And with AI, it's creating entrepreneurship as a new 9 to 5. It's not anything to get all scared or spooky about, but jobs are being lost, but the wealth is being transferred. My job, I spent 30 years of my career in tech, and I was playing with Chat GPT, and it could do what I had spent 30 years of my career designing networks. I just did it for the heck of it. I put it in, and it told me what to do, what prompts to use. But my point is, entrepreneurship isn't just for that super motivated person. It's becoming the new 9 to 5. And I love the travel space because it is fun. It's simple to do. It's easy to explain. Now, I want to introduce you to my story as we get to the part of wrapping up, excuse me here. But my son, when we looked at this, my son came to me. I was looking at an opportunity. He said, son, Dad, how can we never take a real vacation? I said, what do you mean? He said, my friends, they go to Hawaii, Jamaica, the Philippines. We never leave California. Well, I told him I'm looking at an opportunity, and I didn't understand all the points, but I did understand the savings. So we got the platinum membership. I actually got one for my wife, and we took our first trip to Las Vegas. This is a 5-star resort, $79. It ended up being $125 because you have to pay the resort fees and taxes. This is a 5-star resort, ladies and gentlemen. We were there for 5 days. We had a wonderful time. I look at this picture and I laugh. My son, he's almost as tall as I am now. But we had a wonderful time. And when we were there, I said, son, in August, we're going to Hawaii for your birthday. And he said, the real Hawaii? And I said, yeah, the real Hawaii. And this is our trip to Hawaii. This is when I was telling my sister, she had went maybe a week before us. She spent about $1,800. I said, Steph, what are you missing here? I'm only spending $614. And we were across the street from the beach. This is us there the next day having a great time, but almost exactly a year later. Now, this is huge for our family. We weren't traveling. We took 3 trips in 12 months. This one here, the second year in Hawaii, we were literally right across the street. That was not our exact room, but we had a balcony looking at the water, 516, and literally walk downstairs, cross the street, you're at the beach. Come out and do that every year. Priceless moments. Hey, Cal. We're out here at the beach. I got sand all in my hair. We've been plunging in that water right there. Cal, how you like it this year? This is our second trip. Uh-oh, water's coming.
It's fun. It's really good. Trying Trevorium today because it travel for less. You can travel for less, and you get to experience really cool vacations like this, like Hawaii or something else. There's huge waves here.
I got sand all in my hair. I don't care. I'm having a good time.
Me too.
Man, the sun, we hit the wave and it just splashed all in my face. So, son, what do you think?
I think about what?
About Trevorium.
I think it's
putting him on the spot.
It's good because you could travel more, travel for less, and you get free money every month.
Well, I got work for it, but
well, you have to work for it, and yeah, it's
you got
cool.
Sand in your eyes, huh?
No, I have salt water. Yeah.
All right. Till next time. And we had just a wonderful time. So what we offer here is a travel platform that allows you to do all your booking. And this is what got me. I didn't need to understand everything. What I understood was this is a lot less than this. And how do I get it? It's with the platinum membership. Well, one of the reasons why we're able to do this is we don't have the markup in fees. We get the hotel rates at the same rate everybody else does, but Booking, Holding, Expedia, they mark it up. That's where we don't do that because we don't make our money on booking travel. So I saw that and I said, well, that makes sense. Well, here's another trip to Las Vegas. Again, same resort, same hotel, same date. 293.15. I said, okay, sign me up. I don't understand the point stuff, but you're telling me I could just go book that. I'm in. So we booked it and we went to Hawaii. Here's another example. This is a trip to the Fairmont, $1,900, our price, $5,000 on Expedia. You also get loyalty points. I understand savings, guys. I didn't understand the points, the networking part, but I did understand I could save money because I'm not paying retail or anything. We got savings on all the cruise lines that you're accustomed to. We have a gentleman on our team right now. He's always traveling, and he was traveling way before Trevorium, but he travels in style, right? He just booked a suite on a cruise, $3,000. He booked it through Trevorium. He saved $1,000. So I mean, the trade savings go on and on. Here's a real live example of a receipt of a cruise, $1,400 savings. So we have all the documentation. This is a real opportunity, and it allows us to travel more, travel better, and travel for less all over the world. There's no blackouts, there's no timeshare meetings to go sit at. You just simply figure out where you want to travel and go. Now, the first example I shared with you was the hotels. Remember, you saw the savings? Now I'm showing you what's called getaways. Getaways, we have access to timeshare properties all over the world. We have over 300,000 weeks, 2,000 resorts. We even have more now. But a lot of these are like hotels, apartments. If you're doing like a travel to Orlando, you want to save some money, you can go. Look at this, Canary Islands, $7, 8 days, 7 nights. Again, we don't have the markup and fees. Our company buys all this in inventory in advance. That's why we get these savings. We pay a small membership fee, and if you choose to, you can refer 3 people and you don't pay any membership fee because the company is compensating you for it. Look at Cabo San Lucas, $149, 8 days, 7 nights, 1 bedroom suite. Here's Orlando. This one is right outside the Disneyland Park. This has a kitchen, everything, 2 bedroom. I think it sleeps about 8 people. A huge savings. Now, this is our flagship here. This is what got my attention, these world tours. When I found out I can go to somewhere like Venice, Italy, or more so Dubai. It was kind of like in the back of my mind. I said it'd be nice to go. But Dubai, 5 star, 6 days, breakfast included, $379. I can afford that. Montego Bay, all inclusive, 5 star resort, all inclusive, 579 for 2 people. Some of them are even more. This, when it made sense to me, I said, you know what? We're going to start traveling. Las Vegas, $19, 5 star. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice here a little bit. Hawaii, 5 star. New York, this one we have Knickerbocker Hotel is right in the heart of Times Square, and this we had a resort there for right there in 4th of July, so you don't have to go anywhere for $399. So, what does it cost to get started? We have a small package. It's the silver membership, which allows you to get savings on hotels, rental cars, and cruises. It's only $52 a month, $69 down, and you have your own booking site where you don't have to worry about the high retail prices. There's no contracts. It's month to month. Titaniums are middle of the road, $149 one time, $75 a month. But see, you get these travel points. Those travel points allow you to take advantage of those world tours. But this is our most popular one here, our platinum membership. $269 one time, $135 a month, 270 points. This is the most popular one because you're getting 80% off. That's why those deals I was sharing with you are tremendous. Now here you get savings on the hotels. That's great. Business travel and everything. But if you want to really see the world and on pennies on the dollar, it's very simple because This cost here can be totally eliminated by referring three people. Now, this isn't doing the business. This is just referring three people because most people travel with other people over time. Maybe in early years with your family you go, but usually you kind of get together. I have some friends, they go to Myrtle Beach every year and play golf, right? There's a bunch of them, they go and play golf. Girls trips, what have you, but just three people at any level you come in with, 95% of the people get the platinum membership. So this is how it would work. You get the platinum membership this evening, okay? You get the platinum membership. He said, I got girls, friends, guys, we always travel. We always take a trip to Vegas. Well, refer them, let them check it out. Guess what? You just covered the cost of your membership. That's not doing the business. That's just referring it. But what's so unique about what we have here? We take the middleman out. There's no more guessing. I already gave you the example of the 110% price match guarantee earlier, right? You don't have to worry about that little ticker on the side when you're booking, like 4 rooms left. They're playing a shell game. As you saw that video, two companies own it. Booking Holdings and Expedia.com own most of the booking sites. Well, now you don't have to deal with that. Now, if you want to be a partner, and I recommend everyone do this, even if you say, I don't want to do the business. Why? Because this little $99 will allow you to write off all your travel. It'll allow you to write off your cell phone. It'll allow you to write off your vehicle. If you got a leased vehicle, now you have a business. Now, there is an attempt to make a profit, right? But the government gives you 3 years. Now, I'm not a CPA. Get with your CPA to understand home-based business, but I've been doing this for years. We just got back 7 grand, or 6 grand last year, and we used to always pay, right? So think about this for me. You're going to travel anyway next year. I know people are. They're going to travel. The statistics show that everybody takes at least one trip a year. Some take 2 or 3, but you're going to go somewhere, a hotel or something. Maybe not to France or anything, but you're going to go somewhere. If you already know that, take advantage of the business perspective, because when you go to those places, those pictures I shared with you, that's market research. Before, it was just posted on social media. Hey, I'm in Hawaii, my son, we're having a good time, my wife. No, that's marketing material. I'm doing market research. Get with your CPA. They'll show you the ins and outs. But let's talk about the money a little bit for those that are here that want to look about, okay, Gary, how can I make some money with this? Well, for me, I told you at the beginning, I came here, I wanted to make money. I wasn't excited about traveling. I am now, but I wanted to make money and I wanted to get my 3 people right away. I did that in my first month. So I never have paid my 137 a month. And I have 2 accounts. But within 2 months, right? Within about 2 or 3 months, I was able to do this. And what this is, I built 2 sales teams. Those 3 people they got 1 or 2, the other got 2, one got 1, I got another. Well, when 8 people showed up on my 2 teams, I started earning $300 a month. Now, what was exciting about this is this little $300 paid for my Vegas airfare. It paid for my Hawaii airfare. So when I'm on vacation, I'm at the beach in Hawaii. I'm not thinking about, I got to pay for this trip. It's already paid for. Well, fast forward 8 months, I would hit the rank of what they call 2-star. You get this leadership ring here. I don't know if you guys see that leadership ring. Okay, 25 people left and right. I didn't bring in 25 people left and right. I brought in about 8 people. Well, they shared it with their friends and family. I started making $1,500 a month. Now, that's about 20 grand a year. That's what some people work all their life to get on Social Security. A few months later, and I'm talking less than a year, ladies and gentlemen, I was at this level here, making $2,100 a month. And I only had 2 sales teams, right? 63 on my left, 63 on my right. And it continues to grow. Right now, I have a total of 300 people in my organization. I personally am responsible for 17 people. I'm not a big sales guy, 1 a month here and there, right? But what happens is people come here, and more so going into 2026, people are going to be looking at a way to make more money more than ever, because when you look at AI, it's not coming, it's here. $40,000 people laid off at Amazon, but it's tapping into the real estate market too. AI is doing contracts, it's selling homes without an agent. So it's not to scare you, it's just to make you aware of there's a shift coming, and travel is a phenomenal place to be. So as you continue to build this for the entrepreneurs, as my voice is going out, as this grows to 125 and 125, you're starting making 3,100. This is really significant income here because you could pay a mortgage pretty much at anywhere, even in California for most part, or allow you to even have a mortgage, maybe even here. But my point here is it just starts growing exponentially because a few people get a few people and it starts growing. Here's more income examples here of how the income is earned. And excuse me, 9 people on your team that you personally enroll, and you build a team of 188 left and right. You're earning just very conservative. The average is over $10,000 a month. I'm approaching that probably in the next 90 days to be able to literally replace 10x my income, because 100,000 here is totally different than 100,000 on a 9 to 5, right? So as we continue to grow and wrap up here, we also have what's called an ambassador trip. When you reach the rank of ambassador, they send you on another trip, all inclusive, Louis Vuitton experience, where you get to go shop on the company dime and share the experience and be recognized for hitting the rank of ambassador. So here's just more disclosure on income. If you want to know a little bit more, we can show you a compensation video. But I want to wrap up here with this short video of the company right here. As we wrap up here, I'm losing my voice.
Go get some water.
Yeah, I got some water. But I'm going to wrap up here. Just give you a little insight of the joy that we were talking about when we shared this with you earlier.
Travel more, travel better, travel for less.
Love this video. We're having fun. All right, Steph, you want to close us out? Man, I get excited watching this video. There we go, there we go.
Раз, два, три,
Ladies and gentlemen, we have fun. We're making money. We're helping people. We're bringing community together. I mean, we have people all over the world that are partners, and we come together a couple of times a year. We even travel at some of these events. So if anybody has any questions, want to come on, or you want to chat after, feel free. Steph, you want to close us out? And Krista, thank you for coming on. I know last minute. Thank you.
Okay, well, I'll close this out. I'll just say thanks for everyone for joining in. Hopefully you learned something today. I know the travel savings are great and the community is great and we're having a fun time doing it. So if I can answer any questions, feel free to reach out to me or my brother and we can move forward and have fun. So thank you for taking time out of your day and evening to join us tonight.
It's a wrap. I'll
It's
stay
a
on if
wrap.
you have any questions. I'm gonna stop the recording. You sure you want to stop?